Hi everyone, this is Liz from Creative Life of Liz, and I'm here planning for the week of January 26th through February 1st. This is in my B&R Paper Crafts Plan B planner. And for this week, I am using this full box set called Classic Dance. It's this kind of like mostly black and white, but also ballet pink kind of setup. I feel like the black and white is very moody, like January. And then the little bits of pink, I tend to make my spreads quite pink with some pops of red for February, since that's the color that it is in my mind with Valentine's Day and things like that. And so this color story kind of goes well with this. While I was at it, I did also pull my leftovers I have from B&R Paper Crafts neutral kit because I felt like the colors went really well. This color is almost ballet pink. It's a little bit more tan than that, but it does go pretty well. And then all the other neutrals. So I have some boxes, some not glitter boxes, a few icons, a few functional things, and a few strips, washi strips and stuff like that I'm going to be using. And then I also pulled out a wiggle from Scribble Prints Co. This is a maybe shattered hollow gold. I don't know what it's called, but I have 2 sets of bottom washi. I am going to use both, which is going to be really intense, but I'm excited for it. Some icons, some headers, date covers, and then flags and bows. So my plan is to put down both sets of bottom washies, and I plan to use 2 sets of these glitter headers. And then I'm going to use 1 set of the date covers along with the date dots. Ooh, I can't use the date dots from here. It's missing a 1. Ooh. I thought I was good, but I'm really not on these date dots. I'm going to find a set of date dots that I think works. Let me see what I have. I have a couple of other leftovers from B&R Paper Crafts that I've been using recently. Let's see what set of date dots I have with any of these. Okay, so this one will cover the right dates. So I will use this set of date dots, same date dots, just gonna actually capture the correct dates there. So I'm gonna use those, and I'm gonna stick all of that stuff down. And then the third set of headers is going to be using some of these neutral strips here. So I'm gonna do, if I can get this all together, all of that stuff, and then I will be back so that we can do the interesting bits. Okay, here's where we are at so far. Super foily. So that'll be fun, I think. I'm excited. All right, moving on to the full boxes. I do have 1 extra, but I think I'm gonna make it work over here. The glitter is shedding everywhere. Okay, so I think what I wanna do is that there's these 3 that are the most pink, essentially. So I wanna spread those out across. And I think I'm gonna stick this one in the center. Sorry if you can hear my cats fighting in the background. Who knows what they're doing. Just because I feel like the 2 with the shoes should be separated, and they're also the ones that are the most actually pink. So I'm gonna spread those out a little bit like so. There we go. So that's done. So then we are left with, how do we divide up the rest? So to me, these 2 that are like very tutu forward, I think go together. And then I think I would put these 2 and these 2 together as my pairs. I think these 2 pair the least well. Actually, I think these 2 I'm gonna stick down as my sidebar ones because I think spacing wise, they're gonna look the best this way. So I'm gonna stick this down like so. I'm just gonna hold on to this one for now. And then I think I wanna put the tutus on the outside. So that puts one on Monday here. And then the other one will go on Sunday over here. There we go. That's looking cute. And then I want to stick these two most in the center. Sorry, my cats are yelling a lot. I don't know. That's how they fight. They mostly just scream at each other. Anyway, and then this one will go here on Friday. Ooh, that one's crooked and that bothers me. All right, I got it picked up before it was like too laid down and tricky. Still maybe slightly crooked, but better. All right, that's looking pretty good so far. Moving on to the sidebar, I do want to use some of these little strips that are left. And I think I might want to start with the one that's ballet pink, more or less. It comes across that way. So that is going in here. And then I do have this set of habit trackers from Sarah Elizabeth Prince. I'm going to use this one that's slightly orange because I feel like it actually goes pretty well with the colors that are in this particular spread. There we go. Trying to get everything straight and nothing is perfect. So we're just going to hope for the best. I think I'm going to use this darker washi strip next. I don't really know why, it just feels like a good idea. This is going to be for socials, by the way. I don't have a socials guy left over here. Let me see what I have over here. I have like the little @ that could be for socials. Oh, I have an Instagram. Well, that's definitely a socials thing. There we go. We'll see how the week goes if I can actually post every day, but that is generally the plan. Next up would be my meal tracker. I'm trying to see what I have in the way of things left in the kit, and I don't really have anything. All of my checklists and everything are already used up here. Let me see what I have in my leftovers that could work. I could potentially use this one if I cut the spending part off. I think that could work pretty well. Do I have anything left earlier that I would rather use? I have this one as well. That could work. That is too pink. I think I want to use this one. I'm not sure where this leftover came from, to be honest, but I have it, so I'm going to use it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it off immediately under where it says spending so that I end up with just a box. I need to find a spot over here that I can stick this part. It's just going to go away when I'm done with it. So this just leaves me with a box that has all the days on it. There we go. And then I'm gonna put down this guy, I think. Doesn't really matter which strip I put in next, but that's what I'm feeling. And then going back to the full boxes, I do have this one full box left that I left specifically for this. So I'm going to stick that down. This page is now done, so that's great. And then I'm going to stick down another washi strip here, using up the last of the washi strips that I have. If I can get this laid down successfully, that would be delightful. There we go. And then I have this tiny little bit left down here. This doesn't... Can I fit it? I think I can just fit one of these. I think I'm actually going to use the glittery one so that it's clear it's not attempting to line up with the bottom washi, because it's definitely not going to succeed at that. There we go. That goes to like literally the bottom of the page. It just fits though. Since I have nothing up here, I'm actually going to take the little bows, finish this page as well, and I'm going to stick those up here. I don't usually stick stuff up in this space, but I think that looks cute, very dancery, and some more glitter, so that seems fun. All right, that's what we're going to go with. We are now moving on to the weekdays. For this, typically when I am doing work, I usually, with these kinds of kits, I'm usually marking work with these little strips right here. I only have 3 of those, and I obviously need 5 because I have to work every day. Lucky me. So I'm going to intersperse them with a couple of these guys as well. I think that's going to be my plan. So I'm just going to stick down as straight as possible. Ooh, I don't want to use that one on that one. I'm going to try to make sure that they don't match the header that's directly above them. I think that's my main goal, which I just did again, so that's delightful. I think I might end up with like one that matches, but I think that's fine. There we go. This is going to be for my Thursday, Friday, since I already pulled them off, so that's fine. Next up is I need to put in for my plan with me's. So I think for this, I'm going to use the laptop for one and the TV for the other one. I think that's going to work. And then which kind of strip do I want to use for that? I could use like these little things. I think that would be all right. All right, let's do that. Let's see, what color do I want to use here? We'll use this one. So going up on Monday is my plan with me. Let's use the laptop for Monday. There we go. That's my plan with me. Nothing else is planned for Monday right now. On Tuesday, I have curling. Do I want to use the biggest boxes or the second biggest? I think I want to use this size box. And I'm going to stick it in down here. It's going to be the last significant thing I do for the day. I'm not going to put an icon with it. I think that it's going to be fine without one. So we're just going to leave it like so. Wednesday, currently I have a movie night planned with friends. The movie icon is gone from here. We're going to see if that gets canceled again. It frequently has to get canceled or rescheduled. So I will probably just try to find a movie marquee thing in here if I end up needing one. I'm just double checking these guys to see if there's anything that I actually do want to put into here. Nope, I think we're good. I could have used these guys for the film for this. We're gonna leave it. It's fine. Okay, so that covers the first half of the week as much as I'm gonna fill in right now. So we can move on to these guys. On Friday, Thursday I should fill in first. Thursday comes first. So curling again down here at the bottom. There we go. Friday, I just went through all of these things like 6 times. So I'm super on top of things. We're gonna stick this in right here. Friday, this is gonna be my February book bujo, I believe. It's gonna go up on this day. It'll be up before you see this, so you'll know whatever's there. And then we move on to the weekend. So Saturday is a travel day. So I think I want to use, let's use this guy. I'm gonna gonna fill it in like this. And I'm gonna use an icon like so for travel. For the rest of Saturday and all of Sunday, I have no idea what we're gonna actually do. We're gonna just have to see. So I do still have like a bunch of foiled things and a decent amount of these leftovers left. We're gonna make it work basically. I also have stuff that I am not gonna need anymore. So I have some headers and some glitter headers, and I have a couple blank pages that I'm just gonna keep track of so that I have everything all together for when I close out the week. But this is where we are at right now with the pre-planning, and I think it's looking cute. I'll give it a little wiggle and a twerk. There's so much foiling on this one. And stick around for just a second and you can see the finished spread. All right, here's the finished spread. I'll give it a little wiggle and a twerk. Lots of foiling for sure. I did a pretty good job using things up, as you might expect. I do still have, from the Scribble Prints Co. Wiggle, a bunch of icons, some flags and bows. And then let me see what else I have from the Wiggle still. A couple of sets of headers and a set, oh, upside down, of date covers. So still a decent amount left, but I also used a lot. Obviously, I finished the page of full boxes from B&R Paper Crafts. I finished this page of washi strips from the Wiggle. And then in terms of this kit that I was using the leftovers from, I just have a few icons, a couple of flags, a couple of boxes and headers, a few more little ones here, and a few more functional things here. So this will just go into my general leftovers and not stay together anymore. But I think it turned out really cute. I really just used that kit leftover from B&R Paper Crafts, the full boxes from B&R Paper Crafts, and the Wiggle to fill this out. And it is so glittery now. You can only kind of see it on the camera, but it is like blinding in real life. This week had its highs and its lows for sure. I had a lot of shoveling at the beginning of the week and a lot of bad weather. Had to go get a tooth repaired, also not fun. And did some like work and things like that. And then over the weekend we traveled. Saturday turned into a very long travel day. We took 4 flights across 5 airports in 5 cities in 5 states. But we did eventually get to Phoenix and had some dinner and an early night. And then Sunday was really nice, walking around the gardens and Old Town Scottsdale and things like that. So that part was really good, but it was definitely an up and down kind of week. So that's all I have for today. As always, please like and subscribe below if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. It helps me out. Let me know how your week went down below. Or if you don't have anything that you want to say, leave me a ballet emoji just to say hi. I would love to hear from you. And then follow me on Instagram and Blue Sky at Creative Life of Liz. You'll see in progress and finished spreads, as well as bits and pieces of my life, what I'm reading, all that good stuff. And until next time, bye.